Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Woo, we made it through the week. Yes. Welcome to another episode of MAI TAIS at Sunset. I'm Tai.
Aloha, I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday. I'm going to set the intention that we are going to have a great time and share a lot of positivity. Hoping that everybody's January is off to a great start. This is 2022.
I know, 2022 is like starting to fly by. I mean, we're almost midway through January. Mm-hmm. And then soon it'll be February. And you know what that means? Valentines special with Mai and Tai.
We're going to have to come up with some really good recipes, I think, for Valentine's Day.
I think what we should do
Didn't we have some last time?
We had recipes, but I think we should like come up with like a charcuterie board and like actually make it, like take pictures of it and then put it up there with the kinds of cheeses or things that, because you guys make charcuterie boards all the time in your house.
Yes, actually we kind of do.
And I do too, so
look for that. You know what? Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
I am going to send a text to, I have to show you something. I want to
show me while I take a sip of my drink.
Yes. Anyway, so it's January. What are you drinking? That looks delicious.
It's a Jolly Rancher strawberry slushie, and my partner called me and was like, "Hey, do you want anything while I'm driving out there to the land?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I would like a slushie." I usually drink like a Coke and cherry slushie, but today I'm having the Jolly Rancher one. And I feel like you could add a little something to it and make it a little bit more zing, bada bing.
For your Aloha Friday.
Yeah.
If you add like an alcohol, like vodka or something, it will melt your slushie really fast.
Then you better drink it fast.
You got to drink it pretty fast.
Is that why they make tequila margaritas and they don't do really vodka in a slushie?
Oh, no. Any alcohol will melt your ice. That's why they usually put so much ice when they're making a beverage.
Too much ice. Too much ice.
As soon as you pour the alcohol on it, you just see it melt so fast.
Hey, to all our East Coast listeners, I know you're going to get pounded with a whole lot of snow this weekend.
Thank you so much. I just got a delivery. I'm sorry. East Coast listeners.
East Coast, Midwest, they're all going to be under snow this holiday weekend. So just stay safe out there. Stay warm. I'm having a slushie to honor all the snow that's falling. It just works out. Just all works out.
Okay, well, speaking of frozen things, I'm going to show you this thing I bought at Costco. It's kind of a new thing. And what it is it's not actually sold frozen. Do you like boba tea?
Yeah.
You know, boba tea it has a tapioca pearls at the bottom. And so they actually make this in the snack section. And it's kind of like, it's a mochi. It has a tapioca pearl milk tea in the middle of this mochi outside. And we've been freezing them. So it kind of gives you that sensation of mochi ice cream. And they're a really good deal. I'm going to send you what it looks like. I'll post it on our blog. But it's like my new thing. I'm going to start trying to find a new thing to add to share of things that I buy. And this is just a new thing that I found.
I think because all Costcos are not created equal. Like it would be really interesting to see what they sell at your Costco versus like mine. We don't have any of those exotic things. We can't even find macadamia nuts, really. I mean, they're so expensive. I think you guys have like sacks and sacks of macadamia nuts last time I was like in a Hawaii Costco. Mm-hmm. It just depends on where you live and what you can get. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, everybody Netflix and chill and listen to MAI TAIS at sunset when you're riding out this storm that's coming through. I just love how the weather here, it literally goes from 30s at night to 50s during the day. It gets super windy. And then the weather, like the cold stays. And then 2 days out of the week, it gets hot. It's like 80 degrees outside right now. And then
just to remind you, you're in Texas.
And then tomorrow night, it's windy again and it drops to 30. And I'm like, I'm never going to be well because this silly weather keeps blowing up dust and keeps like, changing. So I'm in a t-shirt now. I'll be in sweatpants later. It just keeps like changing so much. And I just No wonder everybody's got the sniffles here in Texas. And it's not
Oh,
just
that's sad.
COVID. It's just we got the sniffles.
Yeah. Your
So,
body's just trying to,
what's the
I
weather
guess,
like in
acclimate.
Hawaii right now?
It's actually been in the 60s overnight.
Wow.
And then I think we hit a high of like 82, 84 this week. I think today it's actually only up to 81. It's dropping. It's winter. It's
Yeah,
winter. We have rain.
isn't that kind of chilly though for you? Don't you like bust out like your extra down comforter or whatever because
I
it's so
do.
cold?
I do. I have this comforter that doesn't breathe. I don't know what its filling is. It's like it must be like a fake cotton fiber thing, you know? It's
It
quilted
doesn't
looking.
breathe. Don't you
Yeah.
get hot?
So it traps in the body heat. So you will stay warm all night.
That sounds. But do you have to put your leg out?
I I only cover the core section and my legs and my arms are out. Just the core.
Have you ever seen that meme? It's like you get really cold, so it's like ice cold, and you're like bundled
Hmm.
up, and then you have like, then it's like fire, and then your leg is out, and then you see like there's like some kind of paranormal ghost or something, and then they stick their leg back in because they're scared. You know,
I did
I've
not.
done that. I'm guilty of that. I will like put my I'll be cold,
Uh-huh.
and then I get hot and I stick my leg out, and then I remember there's creepy crawlies and I stick it back in.
Creepy crawlies. Speaking of creepy crawlies,
Speaking of
last
creepy
night
crawlies,
I walked
yeah.
past. So I had the window open, and I had my curtain partially open, and I just looked out the window. You know, I'm always looking at the stars if I get up in the middle of the night to pee or something. And I saw this shadow, and I first thought there's a gecko. There's a big gecko in my bedroom, and
Mm-hmm.
he's been hanging out on the screens in my windows. And so I was like, oh, that must be it because it was just this dark shadow. But then when I came back and I looked closer, it was a big, big cockroach.
No.
And I was like, oh my God. So, and it's on the outside of the screen, but I still didn't feel like
No,
that
it's still
screen was enough
not.
of a protection layer. So I just shut the window. And I have
Oh my god.
double pane glass windows. So when I sealed it, I was like, it can't get in now.
Oh my gosh, windows are so expensive. That's just such a random thing, but yes, double pane windows. Those are like the priciest windows you can get out there.
In Hawaii, yeah, everybody here
Yeah.
usually has jealousies in
I
Hawaii.
tried to explain that to somebody. So this is a really good topic to bring up. I tried to be like, there in Hawaii, most of the houses have jealousy blinds, and they're like, "What does that mean?" Like because we don't have those here on the mainland. So tell us what those are like, and why do they have that specific name there? My,
Um,
my,
I don't know why. I've always grown up with
I know why.
jealousies because they are so it's like they're glass panels. They're probably about some.
Six
I mean,
inches,
they'll range between
six
like
inches width.
12 inches long to maybe 24 inches might be the longest they go. And then they're so that's length, and then the width of them probably about 6 inches, probably 6 inches. But they're panes of glass. They're stacked in a framework that allows them to when you close it, they just overlap at their edges. And then when you open it, these glass panels, they lie flat. So it allows like a lot of wind to come through. So basically, you're not blocking any of your airflow.
Not energy efficient whatsoever.
No, they're not energy efficient, but we don't really need to trap heat in.
That's
But
true.
with air conditioning becoming a thing, and then they changed a lot of our building codes, so you can't do single wall construction anymore. And I don't think
Mm.
anybody really puts in old style jealousy windows anymore either. The great thing about those is if they broke, really easy to go to the hardware store and get replacements.
But surprisingly, glass is like getting more expensive. So yeah, that would be another reason why you wouldn't want jealousy blinds. The reason why we call them jealousy blinds is I got this from an older Hawaiian that used to like rent a place to me.
Mm-hmm.
She said it's because whenever you wanted to like hear your neighbors
Uh-huh.
or you saw your neighbor doing something, you would like open the glass like slowly
Uh-huh.
and peer out. So you know the neighbor, like they always depict neighbors like kind of peeking out through blinds and you just see their little eyes, you know?
Yeah.
Like that raccoon mask area. That's what she said. She goes, whenever I want to hear my neighbors or I was like jealous of this new neighbor who looked good and like looked better than me, she said she would like crack the jealousy blinds. But they actually make you look really jealous because they're like little slats. So all you see is like parts of you, you know?
So that's
As
why
I would peek
jealousy,
out.
because she was jealous of their
Jealousy.
neighbors. I've never
Yeah.
heard that, so that's very interesting. Okay, and then when I think of blinds, I think of them hanging vertically, but jealousy panes hang horizontal. They're horizontal in their framework,
Yep.
and then so it opens up and down. Yeah.
They're interesting. I mean, they're like really classic, like tropical climate style, old style houses. You know, they're like really
Mm-hmm.
on the those kind of houses and I mean that's the style of house I rented out was that kind of old Hawaiian like hut. I felt like it
Mm-hmm.
was a hut because it wasn't really big, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You know, just up on like stilts, like a little bit. You could see underneath the house, things
Yeah.
like that.
So I prefer those kind of windows because they let a lot of airflow in. When you
Yeah.
have so what I have because we built a new house when the building codes changed. Gosh, it must be 15 years ago. We put
Wow.
in these
That's not too long
double.
ago.
I know, but the windows that they had for us to put in to install with our package, our building package, they were these sliding kind of. They're like miniature sliding doors, you know. So you slide the
Hmm.
window open, but you are losing 50% of the airflow because the glass from is all on the other side. So half of your window, you only get that much to but it to have airflow. The jealousy windows, you'd get like the whole opening, the
Yeah, you get the
entire
whole shebang.
opening. Whatever your hole for your airflow window is, you get all of it. Yeah. Plus they were super easy to clean. These other ones, not only
I
are
don't
they
know.
heavy, I'm always so scared to drop it, especially on the second
Ooh,
floor. Cuz you have to
because you can
like
take them out. You can take them out,
yeah,
right?
to take them out, you have to there's like a weird thing to lift it and pull it out, but ugh, I hate them.
All
I
I'm gonna do is,
dislike them
I think
very
I'm
much.
just gonna power wash my windows. I really don't even look out my window in my. I should open my window to my study. You know why I don't open the window to my study? Because my nieces have somehow managed to make my backyard into this fortress of trash. And
Oh,
I look outside, and a whole roll of painter's tape is literally wrapped around a tree. There's like a random pipe. Here, I'm going to show you because I think it's funny. It's just it looks so like hodgepodge together. Hold on.
oh
Look at
dear.
this.
It's like they just attack trees.
Look
Like,
at this hot mess.
oh, that's a
That's why I
mess. You
don't
know what
open it up.
you should do is like create a gardening project for spring, come up with a plan for that
Mm-hmm.
entire view space that you want to see, and then have them help you create it. Because if they have ownership of, you know, building it, they're going to always help take care of it and they won't do that again.
Well, I don't know if they'll do it again, but right now I ask them every time I'm out there. I'm like, "Are you guys going to clean this up?" And they're like, "No, it's our campsite." And I'm like, "That is a non-functional campsite with some weird little like tape and stuff." And they're like, "Don't be mean." And I'm like,
It's
"All right."
tape and a couple of boards. It's so sad.
I don't even know what to say. Like I don't. I'm looking out there and I'm like, I'm just about to not have it.
You're gonna have to
About
clean
to
it
not
up
have it.
yourself. Or,
I
I'm
know.
seriously, if you teach them, if you come up with an idea to create something beautiful and they'll want to participate in it, they'll remove it, they'll clean it up, and they'll help you build it. You could have them even do the design. It's just
You're.
some crayons, some paper, have them draw something.
You know what? Your optimism is appreciated, but you don't know my nieces, so we'll see. We'll
They're little
see.
girls. You come with some very colorful little watering cans and some potted plants that you guys can all go pick out together at the garden center. And put really cute, like how they
We
have
need a
like
we need
those.
to build like a we need to build a planter's box. That's what we need to do.
Well,
A
they're
planter
not going to
box.
find that fun.
Of course not.
But if they get to paint it, maybe if they get to paint it, they'll feel it'll be some
You
beautiful colors.
you should see the way that they like color. I'm like, this does not look good, but I don't tell them that. But I'm at the same time in my head, I'm like, this does not look great. This looks sketchy. But that's fine. No, it's all good.
It'll be
All right.
fine. It'll be fun. Art is fun.
So creepy crawlers, right? So we went from like cockroach to types of windows. I want to circle back. So
Okay.
I've been helping out with the construction business a little bit, and I went out to do like a survey on some work to be done. And I got there and I noticed that there was like water intrusion and infiltration in the roof area. So I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's go investigate. So the homeowner just showed me like the kitchen, the utility room, all completely soaked. The walls are damp.
Oh no.
We go up into the attic, and I
Mm-hmm.
go first. So she's already told me like I'm a little like I get a little scared when I hear noises in the house by myself, all these things. This house has been sort of semi abandoned for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go in and I start to walk, and I mean, the house is like kind of full. It's got like a lot of memories, a lot of trinkets and things. And I start walking and I start to smell something
Mm-hmm.
in the attic. But I'm looking and I'm like, oh, okay, so I see where the water's coming in. I see that there's like a hole leading outside to the outside, like the roof and the chimney area and the side paneling
Mm-hmm.
of the house. I look down, and it took a lot for me not to scream, but I was like, oh my god, there's a dead snake up here. Huge water moccasin. I think it's a water moccasin. Because I at first I thought it was like a melted rubber tube from a bike,
Yeah.
and then I realized what it really was a snake, because it was reflective, it had scales, it had melted because it was so old and decaying, and that's what I was smelling. It was so gross.
Mm. Were
But
you wearing some kind of like mask, like to
yes,
prevent
I was wearing a
mold
mask
or
and everything. But the
whatever
thing
it was
was,
like
like,
shedding into the air?
seeing it, I was just like, ooh, there is a dead snake up here. And she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's a snake. And I was like, so that means like a bird killed it and brought it in there to eat it.
Oh,
Ugh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Is it
Yeah.
worth it to do a lot of these renovations or to just tear down and rebuild?
So for a house that's like had a lot of mold, a lot of like things are starting to like disintegrate and decay because of age, it's better to bring it all the way down to its studs and rebuild
Mm-hmm.
it out from the get go, because you don't know if you're going to get all that mold out or all that humidity out. And
Yes.
so it kind of like will linger. Doesn't matter how much you change the carpet, the flooring. Honestly, this looks like a house that like what's his name? Chip and Joanna Gaines would like love to get their hands on, because it's such a big house with like so many advancements for its age. So it was built in the 80s. It has like a whole phone conferencing, so you can like push a button and it will call into like the living room or the family
Mm-hmm.
room or the entertainment room and stuff, so you could call your kids down to eat
Yeah.
or communicate with them. So it was really interesting. They designed the house, the original owners. They want to fix it up. Hopefully, we seal it up and we get to work on actually trying to save this house
Mm-hmm.
from any more damage from the elements. You know, water, rain, wind is really bad. You know, it's been really windy here and stormy,
I
and then
wonder
it
if their
drops. Like
insurance
I said,
helps.
so the insurance will pay for like the piping and everything, but the roof, it could be questionable if they don't have that kind of written into their insurance policy. It could be very much like you're gonna pay it out of pocket sort of deal.
I'm shopping for a new homeowner's insurance. I actually did try USAA where my car insurance is. And
Yeah.
then my house is in an area where there's potential wind storm air damages. So I'm like, "Aw." So I can't they won't cover me right now. But I'll keep looking.
Which is
I already
strange.
have.
Which is so strange to me. I'm like, really? You won't cover wind? But that's something that happens to a lot of houses. I mean,
Yeah. So you got
things
to find
blow
an
up.
insurance company that will do that. So I actually have one, but my premium's a little high. So I'm shopping for
Hey,
another
keep
one.
shopping. Sometimes that's the best way to like get the best deals, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just to find, just to shop around. That's what they do for car insurance. So you imagine homeowner insurance shouldn't be any different.
Yeah, I really just wanted to be with USAA just because I just got my car insurance through them. And I just found out something cool. So I think they've been around for 100 years now. And they were started in Texas by a bunch of officers who decided to
Yeah.
insure themselves. And then when I had to go, my dad is military, retired. So because he was, I think it was NCO, but NCO and officers, they get something like, they get to be like part owner of USAA when they apply, when they sign on. So now
Uh huh.
he'll get like some kind of payment if the company does well overall annually.
I think I just got my line off my insurance back recently. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you're an
Mm-hmm.
officer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you're in that club. We used to be with USAA when I was a teenager, and I'm like, damn, why did we leave? That would have been a lot of money.
Shouldn't have strayed. Shouldn't have strayed.
Shouldn't have strayed. But I didn't. Well, I don't actually get it. And it's not. It doesn't pass down. It's only you. It's only the person who's the military
Really?
officer gets it. Yeah, it won't pass down
Interesting.
to your heirs, but your heirs get to be members, I guess, and apply
Well,
for
lucky.
things.
Well, lucky them. If they ever come to fruition, I will be sure to give them my USAA perks.
Yes, and one more thing was that one really helped. USAA helped us. So when my child was in college, couldn't rent a car because if you're under 25, you can't. They won't let you rent a car.
Right.
And USAA had like a waiver program, allowed her to rent a car.
So they allow you under the age of 25 to rent a car as long as you have a special insurance for that?
It was something with USAA. She had to have like some kind of account, and she would go through USAA, and USAA allowed her to rent a car.
Hmm. I wonder if they do that for the military because a lot of people join at 18, like under
Yeah,
25. And
under
so they're being
25.
insured by USAA, but they also need to rent cars in order to like maybe serve or do some drill or whatever like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you guys get sent all over the world,
Yeah.
and
And so you
often you
have to
just
be able
need
to
to
rent
rent
a
a car.
car. I was on a construction site and somebody was texting me and I was like, look, I'm a little busy right now. And they're like, well, what could you possibly be doing? And I sent them this picture. I don't know if it's going to come through really quickly, but I sent them that. And I was like, I'm a little busy because I'm up on top of a very unstable roof at the moment.
Oh, yeah, you were up like where I would have been on my trellis. Yeah, that's scary. I don't want to do that.
I'm literally standing on these 2-inch boards. They're
Mm-hmm.
2 inches in width. And I'm like walking. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's some planks, but in order to get back to the door, you have to walk across like several. And I was like, okay, if I fall in between them, I'm going to be okay. But it'll hurt. Anyway, I was standing on very tiny planks of wood, and I stood there for a minute because to get to the door, the wind's blowing, and the
Mm-hmm.
door itself is glass. It's like with a
Uh-huh.
metal frame. So if I open it too quick and I hang on to it, I'll fall through. Or I'll
Yeah.
break the glass because it'll
Yep.
fling back. And so literally it's like standing there like, you know, fine. I'm fine. Just go.
In between breezes.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is the workers were literally like putting boards down while they walk. And I'm over here like beep, 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 like stepping on. That was so dumb. So
No,
dumb.
that's how you have to do it. You have to move the board with you because you don't want to take so much up there because then you have to take it all back down.
I know, but hopefully they used it. Anyway, and then another story was like we went out to lunch, and my mom's birthday's coming up next Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and we took baby D with us, so and she's sitting there and she starts eating the crayons. And my mom's like, don't eat the crayons. And I go, at least they're non-toxic, right? But I traded her with a piece of bread. She still
Mm-hmm.
wanted to eat a crayon. And I don't know what's going on with her, but she does not want to walk. She walks on her knees. It's the craziest thing. I've never seen a child like
Mm-hmm.
use their knees
To
to
walk.
like walk. And I'm like, what are you doing?
She's afraid of
And
heights.
when I go sit with at my parents' house, like I'm sitting on the landing of their stairs, she comes
Mm-hmm.
over and like will sit next to me on the stairs and have her hands like cupped like this while the dogs are like all around us. And my mom actually took this really cute picture of us sitting on the stairs, and
Mm-hmm.
Cheeto is like on Baby D's shoulder, just like, and my boys are
Oh.
like posing with me, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. What happened? So yeah, she's just a character, and I carried her like a clutch today because I
Mm-hmm.
had just my hands full. I was walking out of the restaurant, so I was like holding her like a football under my
Football,
arm, and
yeah.
people are laughing. They were like watching her because she's just like "Ah," like that, the whole time while I'm walking. My mom's like, "Why are you carrying her like that?" And I was like, "It's funny. Leave it alone. She's fine." So anyway, I'm trying to keep Sky in because she had her first groom today,
Oh, so
and
she's
so
clean.
I took her to PetSmart because I just wanted her to get a bath and her nails grind down.
Mm-hmm.
She's never been. She's now 9 months old,
Mm-hmm.
going on 10. And okay, so first, I have her in the back of my car. So I have a 4Runner. I open up the back. She's in her crate. I open the crate. She literally jumps and takes a leap of faith. And I catch her midair.
Wow.
And she just like hanging there like a puppy. She is over 60 pounds, ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen. Over 60 pounds. And she jumped and I grabbed her and I'm holding her. And thank God I did because she was trying to go after another dog in the parking lot. And I was like, oh my
Oh.
God, my dog is so ill behaved. But she's 10 months,
Yeah.
9 months, 10 months. 2, like she's never been anywhere, like a PetSmart or anything like that. So her hair stands up. She starts doing this monster bark because she's,
Mm-hmm.
big kahuna. And then we get into the store and I'm like, okay, like everybody's like waiting in line to check in their pet. And I'm, okay, my dog is a puppy
Mm-hmm.
and she's never been out. She's a farm dog. And everybody's like, we can tell she's a puppy. And I was like, how do you tell this is a puppy? It looks like a full formed adult dog. And so I get in there and the lady goes, is she kennel trained? I said, yes, she's kennel trained. Has she ever been here before? I was like, no. Has she ever bit anybody? Not really. Just has this monster bark. So I go back and pick her up like 4 hours later. And the lady's like, this is the sweetest dog. And for her first time, she just was like in spa land, just letting her suds her up,
Oh.
had her hands out. And I was like, every time I even barely touch her paw, she tries to bite, like, like clamp
Yeah.
down on my hand with her mouth. I'm like, she goes, no, she's so sweet. So I start walking her like out the door, and she's just cool as a cucumber. No more
Uh-huh.
barking at anybody. I don't care about any other dogs. I'm all pampered. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this bitch. Anyway, so my mom's like, I want to see her, so I bring her by my parents' house. She does it again. She jumps out of the crate into my arms, and I'm like, I'm too old for this. Like, it's
This
so
is gonna
heavy.
be her new thing. New
I
every
know,
time.
she's so heavy. But
And
she
she's
did
just
end
gonna
up
keep getting
getting.
bigger.
I know, she's gonna get bigger. She did end up getting a new collar today. It's orange. It's by
Mm-hmm.
Roughwear. And then I'd like to say, and I'll post up, that she got a new tag from Tags for Hope. And it
Mm-hmm.
looks like the driver's license. So since she was born in Texas, I got her a Texas one. And since my other 3 dogs are born in Hawaii, they have a Hawaii license tag. It's super cute. I love it so much. They do it all for like mostly charity. They obviously
Mm-hmm.
have to pay their employees and for materials, but they do donate to like charities for animals, and they also have a registration website. So if somebody can't get a hold of you based off the information on the tag, you can go to the website and Tags for Hope will find a way of contacting you too. And you can also look at the latest information for your pet. And you can go up there, you can go on their website and keep updating that information so it's not like out of date.
Okay. That's really
Isn't that
nice.
cool? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I like these. They have their own
Mm-hmm.
driver's license. Anyway, the picture I took of her is literally in her military vest, like upside down, with like this dopey looking face on. But I was like, yeah, you get it. You get it. You know what dog that is. Yeah. She
Big dog.
smells good. She looks good. She's actually taking a nap right now in the next
Don't make
room.
eye contact. We
No,
know what
I don't want to
happens.
look at her. I don't want to even talk to her. But she's
She
just
will
laying
come in.
there,
She will attack
relaxed.
you. She
No,
made a lot of noise in the last podcast. You can
she
hear
has a
her.
tendency to like grab onto things and like try to take them away and see if I notice. And I'm like, I
Hmm.
notice everything. Like, stop.
She's
Quit it.
also white. She's huge. You can't miss her.
She's huge and white. Yeah, she's like, I mean, she's got a little
There's
bit of
no
tan in
stealth.
her.
There's no stealth.
She almost has like a ridgeback tan. No, she's not stealthy at all. She got the big goo goo hazel eyes that always look at you like, "Bah," and I'm like, no, no more. But she's great. She's getting fixed next week. I feel a little bad.
Oh,
I'm
that's
a
why there
little.
was the spa day today. So to
I
pamper
was
her,
just
so the
gonna
next
spoil
time she
her.
goes out, she's gonna be all drugged up. She's gonna be like, "Hey, something's different."
And guess what I got her? Instead of the cone of shame, I got her one
Mm-hmm.
of those cushion like blow up collars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like a pillow than a cone. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I don't
You
know.
should start trying it on her now, so
Well,
she
I
gets used to
don't.
it.
I got one that was one size too big. They're sending me another.
Oh, okay.
Amazon's great for that. So,
Yeah. In fact, we should start putting more things on Amazon of
oh,
things that
there's
we
tons of
actually
things I could
purchase.
do. Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Oh, I made the coffee thing. Buy me a coffee. Super
I saw
cute.
that. I told my partner about that. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy you guys coffee." And hey, I know what I want to buy. I need to buy so like my desks don't have drawers under them in the
Hmm.
office. So there's these
Okay.
stick up ones that you can buy and slide in and out. They're like $20.
And the thing that I got from Amazon that I'm absolutely in love with is my stationary bicycle stand. Because
I know you were saying something about that.
I absolutely love it. I have bicycles. It's just not safe to ride my bicycle on the road. So I bought myself a stationary bicycle stand so I can just still ride my bicycle, but instead of being on the road, I'm in front of my TV, which is fantastic. Watch a
Nice.
movie, bicycle, it all works.
Oh, I like that.
Hmm. And it doesn't take up a lot of room as like an exercise bicycle. Like I used to have one. Um, they've broken. They don't last as long. I don't know what's wrong with them. But my bicycle, I can replace all the parts if something breaks. Super easy. And I don't have to plug it into power or anything. It's just freestanding, hook up my bicycle, and I can move it super easy anywhere I want.
Okay.
But I'm on my bicycle and I'm like, when I first did it, it was like all those memories came back of like all the places we went bike riding. And I'm like, oh, riding around town, going to get shave ice.
I actually have the pictures from that still.
Yep, I have pictures. Okay, I have one more thing that I'm going to tell you. So my child was so adamant to go to Olive Garden. It was his wish for Christmas. So we went. We went to go to Olive Garden. And we ordered a little bit of everything so that we could all just try it. And I have to say that the food, whatever their recipes, it didn't match my palate. So I didn't actually enjoy it. I found that the sauces were a little too acidic and it
Okay.
wasn't balanced. There didn't seem to be any actual fat like butter or cream
No.
in anything. And it was lacking like those depths of flavor. But I understand it's a chain. And they have to be consistent across to me. And then they in the menu it showed like all the calorie counts for like everything you order, which I think we only do that in America, I swear. So it really felt like everything was diet friendly. So if you're looking for Italian food, diet friendly, I think Olive Garden may
I
be
have
it.
never heard that before. I mean, I
It
went to
felt
Olive Garden for the
very
pasta. Next time you go get the pasta fagioli soup, the soup and salad. That's what all I eat at Olive Garden
okay. So I
because I
didn't
don't think
like the
it's real Italian
salad.
food.
And we tried the soup. We ordered the one that Yelp review said was the best.
Toscana.
Was the chicken and gnocchi one.
Chicken.
No,
Ooh.
chicken, kale, and
No, you didn't
gnocchi.
try the best soups. You didn't try the best soups.
They had 4. They had minestrone, the chicken
Pasta
one, and there was 2
fagioli.
others.
Toscana.
Okay, I'll have to look at.
Toscana
I'm not going
is great.
back. I'm so sorry. I'm not going back. It was
No, it's not worth it. How long did you
breadsticks.
wait?
Oh, the service was amazing. I had no wait.
Wow. Well, that's different. Okay, everything's gonna be fine. You will go to Bachi or what was the other one that's right there? in Kailua?
Asagio's. I would totally go to
Asagio's.
Asagio's. In fact, the Asagio's at Ala Moana Center is gorgeous. It is
It's very good.
high ceilings. It's draped beautifully. It looks high end, and it's super affordable. It's cheaper than Olive Garden. Go to Asagio's. Support local. It's so much better.
There you go. You know what? We'll figure something out. We'll have to figure out another restaurant to make up for Olive Garden. But you guys are building your Chick-fil-A. I saw there's a Chick-fil-A going in.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I did see. I was watching a Costco thing. There's apparently some kind of frozen chicken nugget kind of a thing that just came into Costco, and it's supposed to be like a
What?
Chick-fil-A close. It's supposed to taste very similar.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll
So
have
I'm
to
gonna
try
go look
it,
for it.
and we'll review it.
Yep.
And on that note, thanks for joining us for another episode of My Tais at Sunset. I hope you enjoyed hearing Mai's Olive Garden review. And be sure to check out our links for Amazon because we have all our favorite things on there and we'll continue to add more. And please check us out, mytaisatsunset.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe. Check us out on Patreon. Buy us a cup of coffee. We would really, really appreciate it. We need to stay caffeinated.
Mm-hmm. Check out our new blog posts at mytaisatsunset.com. And until we meet again, ahui ho.